Tell us a bit of the problem. How was your life before coming to the addiction cleansing therapy?
Well, Pastor, my life was really upside down.
I used to hang around with a lot of friends, and I used to go out for drinks, and I will never get drunk. But then as soon as I got married, I started losing things, all because of drinking, of course.
Pastor, when we got married, I really didn't know that he was drinking that much. I know he was drinking socially that time, so I wasn't aware of that things. But when we got married, that time I came to know he would drink a lot. He was working also. It's not that he wasn't going to work. But the day since we got married, the things was really bad since that day.
We wanted to buy a house also that time, but because he lost his job and we couldn't buy the house. And my family was giving pressure that what are you doing? You're living in a rented place. Did you ever live in your life like that? And when I come home and I talk to my husband, we used to fight. We really had a really bad argument that he used to throw the things. My anger used to go really high as well at the same time.
That's where I fall into depression.
He was drinking a lot, and we were having a lot of fights. And I said, no, I don't think so I can live with this man anymore. But there was a voice inside of me, don't know what voice was that, said, no, this man needed help.
I just don't know what to do. I gave up. That's where I gave up life, and then I just want to get out from UK and go back to Malaysia.
I said, okay, if you think you want to find a good job there, and we can stay there. So we went there. I was there for like a month only, and he stayed back, and I came back.
But things went on and off. We tried to take help from different places, but nothing happened, nothing at all.
So it's not that you're not trying a solution. You were trying hard to look for...
Pastor, I tell you the truth. You name any religion, I've been to all the religions.
Tried everywhere.
I tried everywhere.
Seeking for a solution to finish with this problem of addiction.
I even called Indonesia, calling the witch doctor in Indonesia, and then in Malaysia, and then everywhere. Tried to go to Thailand.
Even abroad, trying everywhere.
They did solve for a while. The thing solved only for a while, but it came back again.
I was sending him a lot of money there. He was asking every month, can you send me that much money? And I was doing it without thinking. I was supporting him. And he said, I want to come back now. I don't want to stay there. So he came back, and then things were good for a few months, but then he was looking for the job. He couldn't find the job again, and he started drinking again.
Like what happened in clinics, right? The person goes to the clinic, learn how to control himself, but because the root is still there, the desire is still there, though hidden, though controlled now. But then when there is just an emotional strike, something goes off in life, then comes back the addiction all again, and sometimes even worse than before.
I spoke to him on the phone, but I think he felt very depressed that day. When I came home, he cut his wrist. He was lying on the sofa, and as soon as I entered, he was not saying anything. And I called him. I said, what happened? Then I bought a water, and I just tried to sprinkle. He was not getting up, and I got like, I'm going to call the ambulance right now, and call the police as well right now. And then he woke up. He was like, felt unconscious for a while. Yeah, and that was like, no, they need to be changed. I was so scared. I didn't want to lose him, yeah. I didn't want to lose him. And one day it was a word, this is what I was saying on the way to work. I said, God, just take my life, but save him. These words came out of my mouth.
And one day my sister told me that she met somebody. She was going to one of this training college, and she met somebody there. Somebody said that to my sister, she was talking about her problem, that she had some legs problem from 10 years, and it wasn't healing. So she told that she's been going to this UCKG center in Southall. So why don't you try? Why don't you go there?
And he just came with me. And the first day, he manifested. And I came to know that something is seriously there inside him. I never believed in the spirits or anything, but God made me believe that there is something inside him which is controlling his life. That thing want to kill him.
I could feel like something in there coming out. And then it makes my voice change, like I could not control myself. I could not control myself, and then I started scratching. I started hitting the floor, spitting out things. I wanted to be clean, but then when I out from the church, it's like, oh, now I can go and drink.
Still, somehow, some days, I think he used to drink. I said, no, you've been to the church, you shouldn't be doing this. He said, yeah, and I give me a time, it will go off. A couple of times, but less, not a lot. 1 or 2 he will have it. He was still going to the church. And at last when he found that about the cleansing therapy.
When I met them, I didn't know that they were members of attending or coming even through the conference. I didn't know. They came, and I remember the tears and desperation in her face. In her face. But then they heard, they listened to what we had to pass, and they obeyed, they followed, they did from there exactly as I said.
So slowly, step by step, the thing was going off. So next, when I go to church, when I come out, I'm free. I don't think of drinking anymore. So like that, it goes off.
So my husband, he started attending, and there help starts from there, and he started stop totally drinking. It was really a big change, and I was so happy to see that.
Pastor, you cannot buy peace of mind, really. So beautiful. Jesus is so beautiful. He is great, really. I love Jesus so much. I love him.
What about the addictions you had?
What addictions?
That's very strong. Clean.
Yeah. Totally clean, Pastor.
Totally clean.
So happy. I'm so happy. What I prayed for, God has given me that.
Before that, he was like a different person. I used to be scared to come to home sometime. I don't want to all that arguments. I didn't want it all that because it really used to make my health worse. But now I look forward for it to come. So things are so much changed. I always call him, what do you want to eat? What shall I cook for you? Because he loved my cooking.
Even though she couldn't see the change, even though before she said, I need to leave this man, something told her inside, he needs help. We're going to take out this evil from inside, he will be fine. He tried to finish off his life because he couldn't cope with the addictions he had. That was taking over the whole life. But here he is today, totally clean and telling you that he wants to live.
So things changes when you pray to God and you give everything to Lord Jesus and you obey. The biggest thing is you obey. All 10 commandments of Lord Jesus, you have to obey that and you will get everything.
Did you obey?
I obeyed.
Did you obey?
I obeyed, Pastor.
I think they could summarize everything they said in one thing. Because the only thing that you need is this. Obey. If you obey, you will see what? Results. They obeyed. They today are a testimony. Clap your hands strong to God. God bless you. Abundant.